Welcome to another episode of Exposed. Exposed is a new youth talk show on Mohawk TV. The purpose of the show is to expose the issues that matter to Ganawaga's youth and to provoke thought and discussion on those issues. I'm one of your panelists. I'm Hogan Gilbert, and this is
Jessica Deer
and
Taylor Goodleaf
and one more,
Peter Deer.
What's up?
So the topic on this week's show is going to be teen pregnancy. Teen pregnancy seems like it's pretty prevalent in Ganawaga. What do you all think about this issue? Do you think it is actually an issue in Ganawaga?
Yes, I think it does happen just a little too often and a little too young for me to understand why it even happens.
Well, it's like, I'm only 20 years old, and to me, I think that's young, but it seems like a lot of my peers and people who are even, like 5 years younger than me already have children, and for me it's just really bizarre.
Yeah, I find it's really because we all live in such a small place, so maybe, I don't know, maybe it seems like it happens more often than it really does, but I don't know. I mean, I go to school on the outside. I talk to a lot of people that don't live in town, and it just seems to happen a lot more here. I think it's because it's so, accepted,
It's more amplified.
It's like the way people think in town that, oh, well, that's just the way town is.
Yeah, I just find it's too accepted. It's I don't know, someone gets pregnant and it's like, oh, it's all it's not even a shock anymore, and it's like they're getting so young. Everyone's like, oh yeah, it's normal, it's like a thing, it's not even normal not to have kids anymore. You feel like, oh, a little left out.
Yeah, I'm 21.
And you shouldn't feel like that.
Weird. It's
yeah.
like everyone has kids, and I'm like, my kids aren't gonna be friends with your kids.
Yeah, exactly. It's like,
But do you get the feeling that oh, well, one day when I might have kids in the far future, well, am I going to be one of those, old parents where all the other parents are, really young and,
Yeah, I know. A lot of people say that, too. I said, why do you want to have kids so young, They're like, well, you don't want to be an old mom. I'm like, well, what's old, I mean, I'd rather be older and live my life and did what I wanted to do and then have kids than do all it backwards.
That's the thing that, they're not really seeing, that they're having kids now, and they just realize that, okay, now you have to hold back on all your fun times.
Well, it's not, I guess people can argue against that your life isn't ruined if you have a kid.
No, not ruined necessarily, it's put
not
on hold.
Yeah. It's not a death sentence, but I mean, one dad that I know came up to me and it's all it's really not that bad having a kid. I kind of just do the same thing, just sit, sleep, fart, poop.
Know what you mean.
But yeah, it's not a death sentence. He said it's easy, but still, you have to put all your life into that one little child.
Yeah. So I was kind of wondering about what the statistics are in teen pregnancy. Obviously, we don't know what they really are in Ganawage, but on a...
I believe Hogan knows.
I do believe.
Do you? But on a national level, I read that I know they're pretty old statistics, but according to Statistic Canada in 1997, there was an estimated 19,724 women aged 15 to 19 who gave birth, and then 21,233 who had an abortion. And then since that, it was pretty, a while ago, recently a report came out that the statistics have dropped by 36-point-something% all across Canada, which that's pretty good, but...
Which statistics? The abortion or pregnancy?
Both. It's
both?
The entire statistic went down by 36 point... I want to say it's 36.9%.
Say 37.
Yeah, okay, 37. And but in each individual provinces it differed, and Quebec was one of the ones where it didn't go down the least. It was Ontario that it went down the least. So Quebec's was still pretty high, and
went down the least means
it kind of second to last.
Yeah, sorry.
It's a double negative.
And comparing that to the Canada statistic to the U.S., the U.S. Was still pretty high.
Well, of course, the U.S.
Yeah, I got statistics for January 2010.
An update.
An update. I got it from Wikipedia though, so I'm not sure how true this would be. A lot of them had a little, like, you know, it's numbered. What's it called?
Citation.
Citations on it, but it's all from different websites. It's not from an actual book. Anyways, number one on the list says 750,000 teens between 15 and 19 become pregnant each year.
That's
Did
crazy.
you say that? What did you say? 97.
In 1997, it was estimated 19,724 women were between that age group gave birth, were pregnant and then gave birth and didn't have an abortion.
So within 13 years.
And this was just for Canada. So.
Oh, this is for the States. That's true.
But I
Never
mean,
mind.
they're so similar. I mean, I find what happens in the States often gets mimicked in Canada.
Mm-hmm. Let's
And-
take Teen Mom, for example.
Yeah.
We all catch that.
So speaking of that show, like, what do you think of those type of shows, like 16 and Pregnant and Teen Mom on MTV, or there was what is it, The Secret Life of American Teenager on ABC Family?
I don't know. I mean, everyone watches them, and it's like it's interesting to watch to see what other kids are going through. But I mean, then again, they're glamorizing it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the thing to do now. It's like, oh, let's make a show about it.
And I don't know if it's in the best interest for like these people to be having their lives so
exposed.
like to like on this like national level, and
Yeah.
like I don't know if you've heard, but one of the teen moms, I think her name's Amber, she was recently like been in the tabloids and news a lot and I'm pretty sure she lost custody of her child.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. What happened with her?
I don't really remember. I think she like slapped her boyfriend on TV or something, and so it brought up the issue of whether her child is like safe in the home.
I know her boyfriend's not.
But it's just like this, I don't know, like it just makes me question like how many young people are watching this and then saying like when they get pregnant, like, oh well, I want to be on this show now.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of question people's reasons too, and it's just like, I don't know. A lot of people say it's an accident, but it's like, is it really an accident? You know, sometimes it is, I'm sure, but some people do it because they want to do it, and I can't seem to find my way around that like too much.
I was reading like an article before, and they were saying that some people feel like young mothers specifically, that they think a baby will like solve their problems, or it's like that baby is that person that's gonna
Does it solve the problem or
You're
keep
gonna
the guy
bond
at
them
home?
together.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
like it's supposed to like cement the relationship, but no, it's
And
not always like that.
how many times do you see like the
That never
relationship, well, how many times do you see the relationship actually lasting throughout this child's whole childhood?
Mm.
I don't know. I just, it's everyone's choice, but I mean, I just think if you have the choice, you just should wait. You
Yeah.
should just wait.
So, who's for and who's against it then?
Well, I think it's like, obviously like a complicated issue, and obviously, I think people should wait to have a kid until they're responsible enough to take care of it, and have like, and that means like financially, emotionally, physically.
I find a lot of people rely on other people around them when they have a kid.
Yeah.
So if you're a teenager, you're probably still living with your parents. So I mean, that's
You're probably still in school.
you're probably
don't have a
still
good job.
you know what I mean. You're just not ready.
And that's one other thing about being still in school. There's an article in the Gazette recently about Quebec having the most high school dropouts than any other province.
Mhm.
They said
Yeah,
that
too.
each year 28,000 Quebecers celebrate their 20th birthday without having obtained a high school diploma. And in that article, they talked about high school dropouts having more unplanned pregnancies. And for girls, it's one of the main reasons why they drop out. And then therefore, like, a lot of them, their children grow up kind of like, well, they kind of follow their parents' footsteps and like
Mhm.
repeat the cycle.
Yeah, it's a cycle.
pretty bad. If you think about it, it's like,
Well, like going back to what you asked, whether you're for or against. I mean, I'm not hating. I don't mean to be hating. But I think a lot of people just aren't ready for that sort of commitment.
Yeah.
And I think time will tell.
Yeah, it's like it's a tough question because once you see a teen mom or a teen dad or any teen parent, like the way, like their certain situation, and if you think that they are doing a good job, then well, that's good for them. But then you see so many other cases that I guess they're not being the best of parents, and yeah.
Well, on that note, we'll take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, Peter and Jessica will be interviewing a Kahnawake teen mom named Adrienne Zachary. So stay tuned.